3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
There you go. That's the opening. Blog Talk Radio. And we're on the platform of the show called The K Factor, where K equals kindness. And the factors are all the things that lead to it. This is your host, Dr. Deb Carlin. And our platform on Thursdays now is called Thankful Thursdays. And one of the kindest things that I could do is to bring you the factors that contribute to it. And our factor today is our guest, Alexandra Nickolai. Good morning, Alexandra. How are you?
Good morning. I am wonderful and very thankful for the opportunity to come and talk with you today and your listeners. So
far out. Yeah, I love it that you're here. So you are sitting there on a Thursday. Tell me what you're thankful for in addition to what you just said, which, by the way, was very gracious of you. I thank you for that.
Oh, so, wow, so many things, honestly.
Isn't that wonderful to be flooded with so many things that run through your mind that you have to kind of sift through? What shall I select from? The problem that so many people are having here today, especially in the era of 2020, is, hey, I got nothing.
Wow.
And then we have to probe people, come on, please. I know you've got something. So share with us some items from your basket. Pull out your lovelies.
Yeah. The one thing that comes to mind right away is I'm thankful for my family. I am very blessed to have a very good relationship. I don't live in state with them. So we do, a long distance kind of relationship, but I'm very close with my sisters and my mom. So that is a humongous blessing and a great support for me right now, especially, in this time. We're all living through something that I would say none of us have ever experienced before.
None of us.
I'm very thankful and blessed. I have a couple of businesses, and I am blessed to be able to be open.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They are brick and mortars, and that I have staff that are still coming to work and enthused about work and supporting the business and supporting my clients and supporting me. That's
fabulous.
Yeah, that's been really, really great because it's been a very stressful time.
Yeah. So tell us about your businesses. What kind of businesses do you have?
So I have a couple of businesses, actually, because of this pandemic. I've had to pivot and move in some different directions, but I have 2 brick and mortar fitness studios.
Okay.
In Florida. And then I also...
Well, wait a second, but I'm going to pause you there.
Yeah.
You don't just have fitness studios. You've got a really elegant design on a fitness studio. So I'd like you to describe that atmosphere for people so that they can hear what it's like what it's called and what it's like and what you do in there. Because I'll tell you, you've created the imagery for me and it's really beautiful. So share that with our audience. That'd be a very kind thing to do this morning while I sip my coffee.
Sure. Thank you. Yeah. So I have 2, they're Pure Barre studios. So it's bar fitness.
Pure bar.
Bar. Mm-hmm.
Meaning purely about the ballet bar.
Yes. Yeah. So
that's lovely.
Yes, it is. However, you don't have to be a dancer to go to Pure Barre. And I never did ballet.
Okay.
So that's a little bit intimidating for some people. They don't think that that's where they belong.
Right.
So the bar is there more for balance, and we pull off of it and do different things. But it's considered boutique fitness. So it's a very intimate atmosphere, small classes.
Yeah.
One-on-one. Everybody knows your name. You have friends there. You're friends with the staff. So it's not just like going to the gym and you click your little key tag and off you go and you don't speak to anyone. It's a family atmosphere, and that's actually helped a lot of clients through this. And have their 1 hour of time and feel quiet, feel
not
safe.
The clanking of machines.
Yeah.
How many people in a class, Alexandra?
Right now we are at around 10 because we're practicing. We're following all the guidelines and practicing our distancing, and so everyone feels really safe to be able to come in. We have very strict cleaning protocols we follow. So my staff feels safe and my clients feel safe to come in, rather than like a really large gym where everyone's around and everyone's touching all the equipment. That doesn't happen in my studios. So that I've been blessed in terms of us being able to pivot and reopen, being able to follow all the protocols and have everyone come and have their space again where they can, have their 1 hour of their me time.
Yeah. I love that. Just as you described that, I'm literally, seriously, genuinely thankful for that, because I feel the calm of you and the beauty of that scene while you're describing it. So, this show is both visual here on Zoom, which then goes to YouTube and all the social media platforms. And it's also on Blog Talk Radio, where it gets recorded and transcribed and up to iCloud, now to all the social media. So people are both hearing this and also viewing it. And I love for people to get the visualization, even if they're hearing this auditorily.
Yeah.
So if people wanted to see your studio online, what is the website that they would travel to, please?
They would go to purebarre.com.
Okay.
Bar is with 2 R's, so it's BARRE.com.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you for that.
So, the workouts are challenging. They're intense. The music is really energizing. And yeah, it's just, you leave feeling like you just conquered the world. So you come in thinking a little down from the day, beat down from whatever happened in life, the things on in the world right now, and leave there feeling like you can take it all on, and you've got the strength, and because it's a lot of mind-body connection. So if you think about, like, while you're in your workout, your mind is telling you, I can't keep doing this, it's too hard. But your body can do so much more than your mind thinks it can. Within the class, you're working through that whole process of my mind wants to tell me that I'm tired and I quit, but my body is going to keep going. And then when you overcome that, it's just such a powerful experience.
Oh, I love that.
Really exhilarating. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. The thing that I really love about it is that in a very gentle way, people are learning something that really we should be taught from the time we're little infants. The mind and the body work together.
Wow.
And there's all kinds of ways that we can do that. And you bring people in, the way that you've described it, it feels like you clean out the cobwebs in your mind. You get a lube job on your body so that you're moving more fluidly, and you leave there exhilarated.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, I love that. That's far out. That's great. All right, tell us about your other business.
Okay, so I have 2 others that other projects I'm working on. I have an online coaching platform that I work with women entrepreneurs, female entrepreneurs, and I have 4 other partners, and we all have a different niche that we bring to this group coaching program, mastermind type thing. So we all bring our own specialties. Mine is wellness and mindfulness, and then there's the other elements. It all comes together to help a female entrepreneur either start her business, or if she's in the small to mid-sized business already and she wants to grow and scale, we help teach techniques on growing and scaling your current business. And it doesn't necessarily need to be online, but most of our members are doing some type of an online type business, or they're wanting to sell product online, or whatever it might be. So
fabulous. What are the skill sets of the other 3?
There's 4 others. So one is more of a business and mindset coach, like operations. One is very well versed in, she used to plan events.
Okay.
On hold a little bit right there with that. So she's once we get back to live events, she's a great resource for that. But she's also fabulous at helping people build their virtual event or their online event.
That's a great pivot. That's a great pivot. Hallelujah for that.
Yeah, and it's really going well for her. Because she does a very good job, and she had many years of experience coming into it. So it was just having to pivot from, okay, well, I do this in person, and now I'm going to do it online.
Right.
And then we have someone who is a finance and budget money management coach.
Perfect.
And then the last woman is a social media virtual assistant, all the things that involve like with managing your social media platform and your virtual assistant needs and things like that. So it's a really good, we kind of have like all the pillars of, when you're going to start your business, how you're going to do that, how is that going to work? And then the 5 main things you typically would need to start.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we're excited about that.
What's the name of that business?
That's the Business Momentum Syndicate.
Oh, that's very bossy. I love that. Syndicated, the syndicate. Yes. Okay, that's great. And did you all invent this?
Yeah. So I'm currently involved in a mastermind, and I was at an event, and one of my fellow attendees, she had started this company not too long ago, I would say within the last year, and was thinking the same thing of kind of the point of the company is how do you scale, how do you grow? And she thought to herself, how am I going to scale and grow this? Like, this is working, but I'm just one person. I can only serve so many people. I can only impact so many people. So how do I scale this? And she came up with this kind of team atmosphere. And then she went about choosing 4 people that she thought fit with her mission, vision, and values for the company, and that all had unique skill sets. And so I am tremendously honored and grateful and blessed that of all of the people she could have chosen for her wellness and mindfulness coach on this platform, she asked me, and it's been incredible.
I love this.
Yeah.
This is great. And when did this start?
So we just finalized our partnership agreement in the last month. So we have a ton of content, all of us do, and we're just bringing it all together. We've got a Facebook group that is growing by the day, which is amazing. Have our website launched, and have our coaching package basically put together. So it's been fast, but we've all come with experience to the table. So it's kind of just bringing, molding it all together into one package for someone to utilize. And the bonuses are amazing. And we have weekly coaching calls, and so it's been amazing.
So tell me, for our listening audience, where is it that they can go if they want to look at this? And do you have to be invited in, or people can say, I want in? How does that work?
Yeah, so 2 places to find us. We do have a free Facebook group.
Okay.
This is Momentum Syndicate.
Okay.
If you just search that on Facebook, you could just request to join.
Okay.
It is a female-only coaching group, though, so
okay.
Where we're at right now. And then our website is thebusinessmomentumsyndicate.com.
Okay.
And that's where you can learn about our paid program, the coaching program. And you could also, I don't know if they want to reach out to me, I can invite them to the Facebook group and to a complimentary, we have weekly coaching calls that normally is just paid members, but we can invite guests. So you can check out a call and check out a coaching call and the content and see if it's a good fit for you before you join.
I love this. This is brilliant. Okay. So I'm going to tell our audience here before you talk about your third business, which, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be something that you and I are doing.
Correct. Yeah.
Which is awesome, and it ties into all of this. But one of the things that I want our audience to hear is I have talked over time about the ways in which I've been involved with world leaders and really bought my way into relationships by buying their programs, and not just their general programs, but I've paid for unique experiences to get up close and personal with Tony Robbins, going to Fiji and spending a couple weeks there and studying with him. And there were other people there, but I had direct one-on-one time with him. Incredible experience. What a phenomenal human being.
Yeah.
The same thing with Jack Canfield, going to Santa Barbara to his ranch and being in his home with, a half a dozen other people, very small, intimate groups, and really cherishing these opportunities. And then doing the same thing with Mike Koenig's, Alex Mendozian. Alex Mendozian started teleseminars long before we had the video capacity. And the list goes on. Dan Kennedy and James Malinchek and Alexandria Brown, who's known as Allie Brown. All these people who are just huge. And what's been really interesting for me over these last several decades of doing that is watching people. Now, I've taken the information and kind of, used it and tucked it in and moved along, and I pop into these things every now and again, and I've had successful business, and like any good entrepreneur, I know how to build them and then oops. Pivot.
Yeah.
And every setback is a perfect setup for a comeback.
Yeah.
And so, we go through the ebb and flow of life. Like 2020 is kind of an ebb and a flow all at the same time. But my point in sharing this is that I was a part of James Malinchek's mastermind, and he and I have known each other on LinkedIn and Facebook for a very long time. And he actually reached out to me and invited me to come out to Nevada to an event at his home. And I thought, well, that would just be lovely. And being out there, I met this incredible young man, Brian Delaney, who I looked at him and I thought, well, where did you get that wonderful, sweet face and those eyes that are the color blue of the ocean, the Pacific Ocean, and the kind and genteel spirit? And then he told his story, which is a very remarkable story about dying.
Yeah.
And his rebirth through coming through that, and the way that his mother and father were there by his side, in his faith, his extreme, grounded, unshakable faith. And I immediately connected with him and wanted to get to know him, and also wanted to hire him. And things were just a little bit off in terms of timing for most of that. But he partnered up with Nick Unsworth, who has been online for several years and has been doing webinars. And I met him when he was just getting his feet wet. And I complained a lot about the glitches, but he's courageous, and I don't think he has any glitches anymore. They've got it down. So Nick and Brian team up, and I sign on, and I do this thing. I think it was last summer. Or was it just in the spring?
It was.
Maybe it was February.
It was January, February because we connected because of that. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And that's the point. So
in January, yeah.
For Thankful Thursday, I can roll my gratitude back decades and bring it here, because Alexandra and I are sitting here today for a handful of reasons. All of them have culminated through all those connections. So I'm in this mastermind and Life on Fire program with Nick and Brian, and it was magnificent. And a part of it was to do a series of calls with Alexandra. We got on the phone, my friends, and I got to tell you what, my gratitude poured forth, because she was such a good listener. I mean, dynamic, magical, heartfelt, and genius. Yeah, no kidding, Alexandra. It's why you're invited on here today, and why I'd really love for you to really come back and be my co-host on this, because what you did for me in that call has given rise to everything that I am doing. You've been a contributor on that. And I have tremendous gratitude. So I know that your momentum Syndicate has got to be absolutely exquisite. So I personally am going to see if I can't join your Facebook and get involved with your group, because I would love to participate in that. I think that that's absolutely brilliant. So thank you for sharing that. And thank you for being who you are to me.
Oh, thank you. I feel the same about you. I mean, we connect, like you said, we connected from our very first call, and, you know, and it's led to open so many doors for me as well, just as you mentioned. So that's what's really cool, I find, about masterminds and networking and just meeting people that
Yes.
Think like you do, and or have the same purpose or goals, and opening up door. You know, you just had no idea. You just never know who you're going to meet.
Well, I would say we share a percentage of thoughts, and yet we're very different in these masterminds, and we spark one another, and talk about pivots. You know, you and I were aligned in terms of strong base of faith, absolute dedication to authentic wellness and well-being, and it's holistic, truly, by covering all the bases, and also you averted my thinking like 3 degrees over, and it's like being in a museum and somebody goes, I love the painting you're looking at, but look at the edge of it. Look at the edge of it. Look at the edge of it. And then you look at the edge of it and you go, oh, I never saw that before. How in the world did I miss that? Then there's this amazing thing. And the real connection that I love between us and all the people in the groups that we participated in is our passion and drive is we want to, and we sound like Miss Universe pageant contestants here. I just want peace for the planet. I just want love to prevail, but it's true.
Yeah.
And we're not afraid to say it.
Yeah.
And then to do everything to try to actualize it and help realize it. And if we don't need peace now, well, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was recently at a retreat, actually, and we were journaling about something, and I don't know if they asked me about a mantra or what's coming to your mind or whatever. And it reminded me of it as you talked about peace and love. And I wrote down 4 words that are kind of my mission value statement, whatever you want to call it. And it's love, grow, impact. Love, grow, serve, impact.
Oh yeah.
And just having this conversation and taking me back to those coaching calls that we did and the other calls that I had with other people, and how rewarding that is to help people, especially in this time now. We weren't in COVID world back when you and I first connected.
Right.
No idea what was coming. And
we were right on the tippy toes.
Yep.
Yes.
And, now it's like we're already back to the beginning of our call when you think about people that just don't have a lot of hope right now, and to be thankful. And, if I can just help one person find that hope again, or launch their business, or find their gratitude, that's what it's all about. So
I am
on our board for this company. I don't mean to interrupt you, but they all feel the same way, which is really cool. I feel like we're all very much in alignment with our values, and we're all in a business and in making money and all the things, but that's not what it's about. It's how do you impact people and change their lives and help somebody pivot, basically, or get started, or whatever it might be. And that's where the joy comes for me.
Well, it does for me too. And absolutely. And I love America, and I love that we're a capitalist society where we can earn as much money as we go out to earn. And by the way, for anybody in our listening audience, and by the way, this was really cool. I ran through our statistics last night and posted them on Facebook for what it is that is our listening audience on Blog Talk Radio. We're global. So the 62 or 68% of our audience is in the United States, which makes me very happy. And we used to have a huge contingency in Italy, which I absolutely loved. But now we've got this distribution in Canada, in the UK, and other parts of Europe, and a little bit in Asia. But it made me very, very happy to see that we're really getting to spread this news. So here's what I want to say. No matter where in the world you are, if you have the internet, and there are places where you don't have the internet, but wherever you are, there's a way to have the spirit. That's what entrepreneurship is about. It is about your spirit and being on fire with a passion that you want to do something that's going to be a benefit to mankind. You want to help. You want to fill a void. And whatever it is, and it's endless what the possibilities are. Do not let anyone interrupt your dream. That's what every entrepreneur is connected to another entrepreneur about. I preside over a group called the Missouri Venture Forum in St. Louis, Missouri. And it's a 36-year-old organization, not-for-profit, membership group that is a professional association. And my job is to make sure that we provide the forum live when we're in that world. But in 2020, we've only had one live event, and it was in March. And now we do virtual events. But my job is to hear, what do you need? And my team and I then match you to the vendors that you need. And then quietly, when you're ready, we're introducing you to the platform of investors who can fund your dream. And there's and here's why I'm saying this, because I'm sparked when you said, there are people out here right now who have no hope. On the K Factor, no matter what day of the week it is, but especially on Thankful Thursday, we all have something to be thankful about. So if you feel, hopeless, I mean, the rate of suicide is way up this year. The prescriptions being written, I'll tell you, as a doctor of psychology, I keep my eye on this ball. The rate of prescriptions for anti-anxiety and antidepressant medications is, from the early parts of this, February and March, increased by 23 and 32%. I mean, immediately people were just not able to process and wrap their mind around, what is this? And then when you have an awareness, you have a concern, then you have a worry, then you get anxious, then you get really fearful, then you're just really depressed and angry all at the same time. So I'm going to tell you, friends around the globe, and not to be selfish, but to be selfish as an American, to all of our friends here in the United States of America, we have a lot going on. However, put your hands together and say, I believe. Whatever it is that you believe in. I believe in God. I believe in the Trinity. I also believe in nature. I also believe in the universe. I also believe in the sky and the earth and everything around me. And when you believe and you have faith, then hope comes easy, because your faith is, this is not all on my shoulders. This is the way of the world. This is how things are unfolding right now. And I need to influence the energy of the world by influencing mine first. And so then we get into things that people sometimes think are woo-woo. They're not, unless you don't know what you're talking about. But energy is a real thing. It's physics, it's science, and our energy is real. The frequency that we operate within, the note, it's better. Our octaves, Alexandra, are relaxing octaves for people to listen to. If I were here and I were talking like this, people would go crazy. You can have it for like a nanosecond, and then it's like, stop, because it just switches everything and makes it frenetic. So we love the deep. Do you know that D minor is actually the note of the universe? It is the note of the humpback whales and the timber wolf, and it is one of relaxation.
Wow.
When the monks are stirring the rim of the glass on the sound bowls with a wand, and you're hearing the sound that comes off of that, that's those sound bowls, that sound frequency meditation. It's because it helps get you into a different brainwave state that is going to be relaxing, that then relaxes not just the mind but the entire body. And so when you speak of hope, it spawns all these thoughts for me. The purpose of you and I being here today and talking about the next company that we share is all about influencing people. And God bless you that you are dedicated to one life. I know better than that, because I know you want to influence gazillions, and so do I. I really do. I want to touch every life on the planet, because I believe we're all connected. And if I can get everybody shouldering and holding hands, even COVID scared hands,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and it's got a good vibe to it, a good frequency to it, everything violent ceases.
Yeah.
People keep asking me, well, you talk so much, what's the answer? I'll tell you, the hippies had it right. Put your hand up and make the sign of the V with your first finger, your index finger, and your middle finger, and peace. Peace. We got to get to peace. Peace has to be the mantra, not all the other violent mantras. Peace has got to be the mantra. And reminding people, I would like everybody who's listening on the planet to raise their hand. And if you haven't heard from somebody today, say, I love you. Or if you haven't said to somebody today, I love you. And if the answer is that you got your hand up and you haven't heard it or said it, then I want you to go look in a mirror right now and say it to yourself.
Yeah.
Eye to eye.
Yeah.
Because love is always a part of the solution. And it does change our DNA. It does change our thinking. It does change the reaction of our body on a cellular level.
Yeah.
I'm
I couldn't agree more. That was beautiful.
I'm so glad you're here. You're so inspiring for me, and thank you for that.
Oh, thank you.
So tell us tell our audience about our initiative and what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, this is one of the, I haven't been this excited about a project or a business in a long time. The Business Momentum Syndicate, I'm very excited about as well. But so you and I connected, and through our conversation just started to talk about our equal passion for wellness and holistic wellness and how to achieve that. Where's the future going? And you introduced me to a supplement company that is based on your DNA. And I was just like, we talked about it. I remember in the beginning of our call, and as we went through our call, I circled back. I said, we have to get back to this. We got to circle back here. There's something here. Like, we skipped over that a little bit too fast.
Yeah.
I need to know more, even if it's just for me or what it might be. And as we talked, and you explained the product to me, and because I've had some struggles with some health things that I've been working through, and this was a great answer for me. And so
glad.
Amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. I feel so good on it. I feel happy to share. And I went through, I'll tell you, I was kind of a supplement junkie.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone in the audience can relate to this, but
I'm like 900,000 people can relate to this, if not 6 billion people around the planet.
I'm buying everything that the commercials come on, or I see it, Amazon suggests it, and I have a box of things. And it's take this in the morning, take this on an empty stomach, take this before bed, take this between meals, take this halfway between your meal, take this right after your meal. Oh my, goodness. And, you know, I don't know about anyone out there, but I would be good at that for about 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
And then I would forget a week or two, and then I'd get back on track, and then I would forget half of them, or I'd be gone all day and I didn't bring the good stuff,
Right.
all the things. Whereas with this, it's based on my DNA. So there's no more guessing. There's no more, how much vitamin B should I take? How much do I need vitamin D? How
Right.
much I need?
Right.
And it's just one thing. So
you and I have invested in a company, where what we talk about in what you're describing right now is blind nutrition.
Yeah.
So I was trained as a nutritionist when I was a tender 19 years old. And I worked with Dr. Rudolph Ballantyne. If you Google him, he is a world-renowned MD who knows nutrition as a science. And then as an undergraduate, I studied nutrition and behavior and looking at biology, chemistry, and psychology. And since that time, I have been waiting for a product that I could put my name on, that I could get a company to white label for me long before people were white labeling. I wanted to start taking care of people. I was doing nutritional analysis because at a time, 40 years ago, I could pick up a food, any food, and I could tell you how many micrograms, how many milligrams, how many grams of each kind of nutrient there was in it. But as our country has shifted in terms of food production, I cannot tell you how many milligrams of vitamin C you're going to have in an orange. I can't tell you how much potassium you're going to get out of a banana. And I find that disturbing. And so I started really researching vitamin and mineral companies to supplement foods initially. And then I realized this is not just about supplementation. Now it's for survival. And this is for real. And people are doing exactly what you're doing. And, you know, a lot of my business has been based on, for over 4 decades, making house calls, office calls, hospital calls, facility calls, and going in, having people open up the magical cabinet and da-da-da-da. Oh, and wait, there's more in the refrigerator too, because some of them have to be refrigerated. Okay, pull it out. Great, you have 37 containers here, or 137 containers. I mean, I know, I was one of them. I did that, and it's great, and you follow the protocol, and it works, but you know, your throat is kind of sore, seriously, from swallowing these things. And your gut is getting a little bit annoyed. And then your gustatory reaction in your mouth is like, are we going to crunch on something, or are we just swallowing everything? Because we don't like it here in the mouth cavity if we don't get to stop and pause and savor things. Right? So when I got introduced by a good friend and business partner of mine, Walter Gregory, who's an organic, look him up on Facebook, the Urban Organic Farmer. Okay. He is amazing. And he's been an organic farmer for 60 plus years. Amazing. And knows organics and has taught them around the planet. And he came to me and he said, look, I know that you have this institute that you've been doing, and we want to grow this institute. And he was an essential part of it, because my institute is a piece of property, and we'll have several of them around the country, but there's organic food being grown on each site. Yeah. And he was that missing formula. But he said to me, look, I got to talk to you about something here. Well, we both had studied the Human Genome Project. So for our listeners, if you're not listening, if you're not listening, hey, listeners, if you're not listening, listen now. This is real interesting. Google the Human Genome Project, and GENEOME, the Human Genome Project. And for 20 years, we've been studying genetics and cells and the DNA. And we found that we can identify and influence our DNA and repair the damage done by the environment, the toxins in the environment, the toxins of us in our head, because we don't have enough nutrients to supply our brain appropriately to be managing the stress, the thoughts. So we do these mouth swabs and send in the samples, and they don't sell your DNA. You're not going to see a mirror image of yourself walking down the street. They destroy the sample after they take the code and create your formula. But this company creates a formula that is only for you.
Yes.
Oh my Lord, have mercy. And they put you on auto ship so that you get a fresh supply of organic, non-GMO, the most dense ingredients, nutritionally dense, bulletproof, targeted to you, to your DNA formula. And you take these capsules every day. They're very dissolvable. You don't get sick. You don't get nauseous. Doesn't matter if you eat or not.
I know. I love that about it. I tell
Yeah.
people that I can take it with the meal or without,
Yes.
and it doesn't upset my stomach. I don't have any, you know, that where you take the fish oil all the thing, like, or, you know, you're, you know, burping up vitamins basically all day
Right.
long.
Exactly.
Like I absolutely love it. Yeah.
Well, and the cool part about it is that you can do it just as a passive recipient, as a customer, or I have a number of physicians and healthcare professionals, and I'm one of them, who I can do it at a more intimate level with our company. So when I see that I have clients or patients that I'm coordinating with, I'm looking at this with their physicians saying, okay, this person has an additional circumstance. And so we need to look at what we can do to specifically go back to our genetics board of scientists. Oh my God. I can't believe this. Are you still there? You're frozen. This is just bizarre. I can't believe this happened. This is now, oh my goodness. Wow. Alexandra.
Yes, I'm here.
Now this is very interesting in the midst of our call here. That beeping, did you hear the beeping?
I did.
Okay, so there was beeping from the direct connect on Blog Talk Radio, and there was oh boy. All right, this is a good example for our callers to now witness how groovy can I be under pressure. Let's see, 527-6060. Okay. To
Blog Talk Radio.
Call back in.
Enter your host pin. When finished, press the pound key.
Okay.
To start your show now, press 1 to hear. Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now.
Okay. Thank you. I guess we're reconnected. I don't know. Anyway, I can't say something because I can't hear you.
I'm here.
Oh, okay, great. Okay. So what I was saying was we got cut off. Our connection with Blog Talk Radio dropped. I will call them about it. We've got about 15 minutes left, though, so that's good. And then all of a sudden, our Zoom call dropped. I don't know if we had a weird, you know, it's 2020, folks. There's all kinds of weird things going on in the world. Why wouldn't our technology be messed with, right?
Right.
So what I was saying right before we got interrupted there by technology is that within our company, we've got this magnificent capacity to be able to tweak with our science panel, not any blind nutrition. But if there's anything that needs to be tweaked, we can do it scientifically, not on our own, but with our scientific panel. So everything is all about you. And it really gets you into a state of absolute euphoria. And it is amazing. So I'm going to tell you that if anybody out here wants to know more about this, then you contact either Alexandra or me, and our contact information will be on the whatchamaboodle, the website here at Blog Talk Radio, and I'll make sure that it appears on our video link when the program goes up for us to have it be posted on our social media. And you can go to, what is your Facebook page and LinkedIn page? Is it Alexandra Nickolai?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and mine is Dr. Deb Carlin. So just contact either one, and we will introduce you to what it is that we're doing, because we really want for people to be healthy.
Yeah.
And if your body's not healthy, your mind can't be healthy. And if your mind's not healthy, your body can't be healthy.
Right.
I'm so thankful for that.
And it spills over into every other aspect of your life. It just, you have to start with you, and otherwise it affects relationships, your business relationships,
Yes.
Friendships, family, all the things. So
Yes.
they're all interconnected. Yeah.
Now I'm gonna tell you an interesting little ditty here. Talking about all this with holism and wellness and things that we're thankful for, and in our business partnership. So Alexandra and I are business partners in this DNA Nutraceutical company. So this is more than a supplement. This is a nutraceutical, which means that it is a pharmaceutical nutrition, which is awesome. No chemicals, but pharmaceutical, because it is a formula that is credible. It is nutrition. So people think, well, I need medicine. This is your medicine. Your food is your medicine, and this is part of your food. And we give you some guidance about good things to eat. But this is about cellular activity. And we were talking about frequency and all that a few minutes ago. There was a study done at the University of Wisconsin in Madison.
That's where I went to school.
Oh, I love it. Isn't that a great city and a great campus?
Yes.
Oh, I love that. That's another connection that we have.
Yeah.
Another thing to be thankful for.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant minds there.
Yeah.
And the study is called Screaming Cells.
Mm.
Now, this spoke to me because as an undergraduate, I'm working in a biology lab and a genetics lab. And my job, I was working with Dr. Dennis Nyberg in biology. And I had this little tray with little divots in it. And there was a liquid in there. And a little one-celled creature lived in there, a little paramecium. My job was to look at them under a microscope and probe them, poke them with a copper-pointed probe, and watch their reaction. And I said to Dr. Nyberg, I can't keep doing this. And he said, why? I said, because it hurts them. They're screaming in there. And he said, what are you talking about? They're little one-celled things. They're not human. They're not people. They're just little one-celled things. I said, they're alive.
Yeah.
That I have a grant. We're doing research. This is applicable to human beings. We got to do the research. Bothered me.
Yeah.
And he kind of laughed at me. We had a great relationship. He was a wonderful guy, beautiful scientist. Anyway, then years later, this article, Screaming Cells, comes out of University of Wisconsin at Madison. They took water, and they're examining the water microscopically. Water's just sitting there behaving itself. The cells, the H2O is all balanced. They're playing nice music. Yeah, the music is nice. The cells are staying, moving a little bit. Nice. They start screaming at it, and the cells start exploding. Really?
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So if you don't think that noise is a factor in your stress, that tones and frequencies aren't a factor in your stress, we can literally explode ourselves. Our body is primarily water, which is why we need to rehydrate every single day, all day long. Use that as an analogy for yourself, and don't let anybody scream at you. And by the way, don't scream.
Yeah.
You know, be really careful.
Yeah.
Every single day, I want everybody to Google and YouTube Dr. Deb Carlin relaxation exercise. It's a 15-minute video or a 20-minute episode here on Blog Talk Radio where I walk you through an exercise that I learned from cardiologist at Harvard, Dr. Herbert Benson, decades ago, that he created as a cardiologist wanting to save his cardiology patients from having yet another heart attack. He'd get them all healed up with traditional medicine, and they'd come back. He'd say, "What are you doing back? I fixed you." He had to go to the Himalayas, the Himalayan mountains, go to see the Tibetan monks and learn about yoga and meditation, and then Americanize it so he wouldn't offend us with this weird practice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's wonderful. And so you walk through it and you relax your mind, and then you relax your body, and then the body relaxes the mind, and it goes back and forth. And that is mind-body practice. You probably do things like this in your studio, don't you?
Not right now, but we are looking at adding something like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to lead guided meditation in the studio a couple years ago, and we were looking to bring that back. Clients really enjoyed it.
I have a perfect solution for you that'll be virtual and so comfortable.
Yeah, so that I would love to hear it because I'm launching a new site where it'll be easier for us to stream both regular Pure Barre classes, but then also meditation and other classes that clients can hear.
I've already got the series.
Oh, great. Perfect. Then I don't have to do the content. That's amazing.
You don't have to do a thing.
Oh my gosh.
You have to do a thing. Another point of thankfulness on Thursday.
This might be I might be the most thankful about it. Because the content is, I've got so many projects going on right now. So
no, content is done.
Awesome.
This is plug and play.
Perfect.
Oh.
Yeah, they're building my site right now, so it's good. I'm really excited about it, and it's going to have all of the businesses that we talked about, including our partnership on there, and it's going to be really great. So people kind of to be able to come and see all the information.
If we don't meditate, if we don't get centered, if we don't get focused, and I mean right now, we really have trouble. I am on the air every day broadcasting, and I've got a different person sharing each day with me. And I am looking to get up to 3 shows a day, every single day, except on Sunday, I only want 1. And on Saturday, I only want 1. But Monday through Friday, I want 3 hours each day. And here's why. Because people are hungry. And look at the atmosphere that we invite people into. You've got a beautiful, calm, relaxing home that you're sitting in right now. I've got the same thing where I am. I take people on a journey every time they land here and have it be pleasant, serious, and lighthearted. The meditations, I lead people to them. I get them done on the beach. I've gotten them done out in the mountains. I mean, we have to go everywhere and learn how to capture our mind and bring ourselves into focus. And I'm going to tell you something really genuine and also frightening is I spend my time divided between St. Louis, Missouri and Chicago, Illinois.
Right.
And I'm out of the city in both places. I live out of it. And I've gone into Chicago on several occasions. Most recently, 2 weekends ago, I'm driving in a little 2-seater convertible, enjoying Lake Michigan, enjoying the Magnificent Mile, enjoying the lakefront. And I drive through Columbus Park, and I'm thinking it's interesting that there's all these cars parked. And I realize it's undercover police in these big SUVs. And anytime you see big garbage trucks parked at an intersection, you know it's about crowd control. So I kind of drive out of there. I was with a friend, and I look up north on Michigan Avenue, and the bridges that take you over the Chicago River are up. And I thought, oh, this is not good.
No.
So I veer off that road and I start heading east, not to continue on Michigan Avenue, but to get back on Lakeshore Drive. And I come up to an intersection. As I'm coming up to that intersection, I'm hearing and feeling an energy and a rumble and a chanting. And I come up to the intersection and I realize that there are hundreds of people who want to change the face of our country in ways that I think are dangerous. I love our police. I love our law enforcement. I need them. We need them. I don't know who to call if I can't call 911 when someone's choking, having a heart attack, cut themselves. You know, it's all of law enforcement and healthcare protection, emergency services. And I thought, I am so vulnerable here. I can't wait till the light changes, but I won't run this red light. I will not for anything run this red light because it'll be a disruption. I don't want to disrupt anything. I want to be invisible.
Yeah.
But I was so intimidated when I was sitting there. Guess what I did? Boom. I flipped into what I've been teaching for decades, the relaxation response. It's automatic, friends. When you learn how to do this meditation, this is the only meditation in the world that connects your mind and your body like that. And I was able to keep myself calm and level-headed and boom, get us out of there. Because I was the driver.
Yeah.
You know, I could have panicked. A lot of things. I didn't. I got us out of there safely. And by the way, there was a big exodus. There are a lot of people getting on Lakeshore Drive to head north. So these exercises and everything that Alexandra and I are talking about right now is vital for you. So get in touch with us, follow us, do the relaxation exercise, come and talk to us about our DNA nutraceutical, find out about the bar, and our hour is expired, my friend.
Yeah. Wow, it flew by.
Yeah, it did fly by. All right.
Thank you so much for having me. And you are such a brilliant and passionate and wonderful soul. So I'm so thankful for our friendship.
Well, you're
So-
looking at you're saying that, looking in the mirror and saying exactly what I would say to you. Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you.
90 seconds.
There you go. She said 90 seconds.
Countdown,
So
yeah.
I will end this. Peace out. This will go up live or recorded, and you and I will talk soon.
Yes.
Okay, I'll
Have a
talk
great
to you
day.
later. You too. Thank you.
Thank you.